Well folks, it is finally here. No Man's Sky Worlds Part 2. The follow-up to the absolutely massive Worlds Part 1 update from last year, and boy oh boy are we all in for an absolute treat with this one. Now Worlds Part 1 was one of the biggest updates ever added into No Man's Sky, and it looks like Worlds Part 2 is even bigger. It literally dials it up to 11. Anyway, with all of these major updates, I always create a video just like this one going over some of the smaller updates that lie in the depth of the patch notes, so instead of reading the entire thing, which is going to take you a freaking long time with an update of this size, you can just watch this video and save yourself all that time so you can get right back to the game. Now, we all know the main parts of the World Part 2 include some serious game-changing updates, So we're talking things like new stars, gas giants, new story, new planets, new and more varied biomes, much deeper oceans, and all that good stuff, but there are always some smaller updates that get shipped along with them. So without further ado, let's get stuck into those. I'm going to start off with this one because I've seen so many players going on about not having it for years, and that is inventory sorting. Yes folks, Hello Games have finally added inventory sorting into the game. We can now sort our inventory a number of ways, so you can do this by sorting by name, by type, by value, or by colour. And discrete stacks of the same item will also be consolidated as part of this. Took them a while, but at least they did it. I know the new story is mentioned in the trailer, but it doesn't give us many details on it, so here is a very quick overview on the new details of that story itself. Now basically it's a new narrative driven mission which deepens the lore of the universe and expands upon the story of the Atlas, Atlantid, and the robotic autophage lifeforms. You can meet new friends, you can reconnect with old ones in an epic adventure to recover lost star systems. And the kicker there is lost star systems. That's totally new and I cannot wait to get stuck in. We all know that fishing got added into No Man's Sky last year as part of the Aquarius update, but it has been expanded in Worlds Part 2 because now, if you end up fishing quite a bit and let's say you catch quite a lot of fish, you could provoke the brand new Deepwater Guardian. Yep, there is a Deepwater Guardian, and this Guardian can emerge from the depths of the ocean or the lake that you're fishing in to defend its, watery children according to the actual patch notes. Now, if you actually manage to defeat this vengeful creature, you're going to earn a unique Child of Aquarius title in commemoration for your victory. So it might be worth actually going to seek this thing out. And the fishing enhancements don't actually stop there. Now we can get fishing milestones which have been added in as well. And there are rewards you can get for these, and there are a selection of new tanked theme helmets, so think of Futurama. These helmets will replace the traditional head with a special cranium/aquarium interchange thingy, and these can be earned through reaching these new milestones in fishing. It might actually make me do more fishing because right now I don't really do anything. But these look pretty cool. There is yet more additions to fishing in No Man's Sky, because there are now fishing missions. So the mission agent on board a space station now gives out solo fishing challenges, or you can head up to the space anomaly to sign up for multiplayer fishing missions if you so desired, and you can get valuable rewards for doing these. Again, it might make me do fishing more, so win-win. In addition to the existing environmental hazards like the storms that some planets get, we now have local hazards on top of those as well to add to the survival challenges posed by different climates. So now we should also be on the lookout for things like drifting clouds of toxic spores, small-scale radioactive fallout, more volcanic eruptions, and geothermal geysers. A pretty neat addition if you ask me, because I thought some planets were lacking this sort of stuff and obviously they are hazardous, but all you got was one planet-wide storm for 10 minutes. What a great little addition. There is also a brand new game mode, sort of added into the game, so you can make this custom, so you can set a universe's population to abandoned. And what abandoned mode basically does is removes all alien life forms from all systems and all planets within the game. Makes it lonelier, but also it makes it a more challenging survival experience, so if you fancy playing it alone, completely with no NPCs, no nothing, abandoned mode is the one. The modding experience in No Man's Sky has also been improved as part of the World's Part 2 update. So now they're handled more robustly, supposedly, which kind of improves compatibility across game updates. Anyone who authors a mod can now create their mods more precisely, reducing the frequency of conflicts and improving conflict handling. Basically, mod users now have more control over the behavior of their actual mods with the addition of a mod settings file, which allows installed mods to be prioritized or disabled. It's always good to look after the modders of a community because they introduce some really freaking cool shit. Check some of them out on YouTube. So you have quite a few different refiners in No Man's Sky so far. You've got the personal one, the small one, the medium one, the large one. Well, now there is a Colossus refiner, and this can support 3 mineral slot processing rig, allowing travelers to process really complex recipes whilst you're actually driving across a planet in your Colossus. So just think of the personal refiner on steroids. Our good pal Iteration Kronos has had a few quality of life improvements, a few extra things going on. So basically, he now maintains a food market aboard the Space Anomaly, so players can mass donate different food items each day. Cooking also benefits from these quality of life improvements, including an overhauled recipe catalogue, more accessible nutrient processors, and a smoother UI experience. Now, this is an area where I've not really done too much apart from during expeditions, so I might actually take a look more into this. Let's see, why not, eh? The actual water physics in the game has been improved in this one, so you'll get a little stream, or the water will react to if you're low flying over it. There are new towering waves, more realistically impact objects floating on the ocean surface. Traveler Exocraft and Starships will bob and swirl with the water rather than the water just kind of hanging around beside it, I guess. But players can also be tossed around by the violent waves during a storm. And underneath the water, there's new sea creatures, so manta rays, seahorses, deep sea creatures, ocean overhaul. I'm all for it. It's something I really wanted. Of course, we have a brand new expedition. This one is expedition number 17, and it is called Titan. The premise of it is quite simple. You awake with other travellers on a mighty brand new gas giant and embark upon a voyage to chart a dazzling array of new stars and brand new worlds. You can complete milestones to earn exclusive rewards, which include the new stone-hewn Pillar of Titan's staff and Imposing Wraith, which is a brand new and unique living starship. And that starship looks freaking cool. So, the Nautilon submarine, you had to basically build a station somewhere for it to spawn and then you had to go out into the middle of anything. Well, now, if you really want, you can deploy it on the surface of any fairly deep body of water, then directly descend to the depths right below it. So you can be in the middle of an ocean planet with absolutely no land around you whatsoever, and then you can summon this brand new floating bay. I still want speedboats though. There is now this brand new thing called Starship Cold Storage. And what that basically means is if you have a capital ship, you can now make use of long-term storage for your starships, which allows you to free up space to acquire new starships. So you can now store up to 18 additional ships, and each of which will retain their technology loadout ready for redeployment whenever you need it. Yes, this is one thing that quite a lot of people wanted. They wanted more ships. Me agreed, because I'm at the point where I have to get rid of one to get a new one. So all on board with this, especially with the new custom ships as well. Along with the starship storage and the ability to have 18 starships, we now also have a similar thing for multi-tools with a new buildable weapon rack, which is again a new base part, which allows us to archive up to 18 multi-tools, freeing up more space to earn new equipment. And again, these multi-tools will retain all of their installed technology and can be reactivated at any given time. Honestly, this update is freaking awesome so far. Here's a bit of a technical update which is going to improve things like loading. So basically, Hello Games have used some cutting-edge compression technology which reduces the game file size by more than 10%, which is pretty big actually, allowing for large content updates without increasing the download side or storage space consumption on your platforms. Basically, this makes all future patches smaller, load times are up to 4 times faster, there's improved data caching, reduced hitches during transitions, such as when flying from a planetary atmosphere into space, and vice versa. What an awesome little addition or enhancement. Nice work, guys. Now, obviously, it's very clear one of the big additions here is gas giants, but slightly under the radar perhaps, there are now water worlds as well. So these planetary bodies have been entirely consumed by waves, and their surface is one endless ocean. They are home to the deepest of water in the galaxy, stretching miles beneath the surface. Honestly, it's something I never expected, but I am totally all for this. It looks freaking great. I mentioned in one of my recent videos I'd like more base building parts, and Hello Games have delivered in Worlds Part 2 because now we can construct ruins. You can build ancient architectural secrets into planetary bases with these brand new buildable ruins, including slabs, statues, arches, totems, and a bunch more. You can explore relic worlds, which also are brand new by the way, to learn these blueprints and mine polished stone to construct your very own replica pieces. All on board the more in-depth building side of things. Get in. Do you guys like flamethrowers? I know I certainly do, because now all terrestrial exocraft can be fitted with mounted flamethrowers for devastating damage in short-range combat. Now, I didn't use Exocraft that much, especially not in combat, apart from obviously the Minotaur, but if I can drive around in any of the land-based Exocraft and fire flamethrowers out of it, I'm going to do exactly that. As with all of these updates, there usually are a few quality of life improvements as well. Now, the patch notes actually has its own small section for this rather than just a list at the bottom, so I'm going to reel off a couple of things here. So there are refined pop-up visuals. We can now add favourite bases or favourite space stations to teleport a menu. There are east and west compass icons. There are improved first-person exocraft handling. And the Starship attempting to land at the best possible pad in space stations is now a thing. And of course, the already mentioned inventory sorting. And the quality of life stuff doesn't stop there, because now there are a few deep water quality of life improvements as well. So you can slice through underwater environments faster, more maneuverable, and a more responsive Nautilon submersive exocraft. I hope this make it freaking faster. And apparently it does, because you can boost, dive, or resurface with a single command. You can excavate terrain under there with a new dredging lasers technology. The experience of swimming has apparently been improved with enhancements to agility, camera responsiveness, and the underwater multi-tool accuracy. I'm all for literally everything in this patch notes so far. It's freaking amazing. Well, there you have it, folks. There are some of these smaller or maybe not so smaller updates, quality of life updates that have come as part of the latest No Man's Sky update, Worlds Part 2. This one is freaking massive, guys. Go and check it out as soon as you possibly can because it looks amazing. But now I'm going to stop waffling on so you can do exactly that and go and get stuck back into No Man's Sky. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it useful. Hope you learned something new that you didn't see from the trailer. And if you're still here, it would be totally awesome if you could support my channel by hitting those like and subscribe buttons. You can become a channel member as well. And as always, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.